Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're back here on Offroad Outlaws once again, as you guys can see here. Now for today's Offroad Outlaws video guys, I'm going to be teaching you the exact way on how to wheelie any quad. Now real quick, before I hop straight into the exact tune and setup to make just about any quad wheelie, I would like to mention that the best quad that will wheelie forever and well, even wheelie out of first gear is going to be this quad right here. So you can go on over into the dealership here, scroll on over into quad, select that, and it'll be the first quad here, aka YFZ450. You can pick it up for 10 grand, and in a very little amount of time, you can make your YFZ450 either look like this. Now this one is more for racing. It handles very well. It's super quick with how I've tuned it, and it also can hill climb. So you can either build it to that, and that's not for wheeling. But if you want to build it to wheelie, you can make like this twitchy little quad over here. As you guys can, maybe if I can click on that. As you guys can see, it's kind of bugging out just because of how it's tuned. But this thing can wheelie for days. So I'm going to hop right into the tune and exactly how I can make mine wheelie for a long time through multiple gears and whatnot. And that's what this is for. And then I'll show you guys like the basic setup on how to make a quad wheelie. But it won't be able to wheelie as well as this one set up. So let's go ahead and get this thing off the trailer here so we can just quit bugging out. And let me show you how to set it up. So as you guys can see, this is what it looks like real quick. But I'm going to just go ahead and buy another one and show you guys from scratch so you guys can do it with me. So I will be showcasing this tune setup on this quad right here. Now it's really just as simple as this. Go through, max out your quad. Make sure all your stats are to the very highest and throw on a turbo while you're at it, because why not? It could be a turbo or supercharger, by the way. I'm not 100% sure which one would work better in this case, but I don't know. This one over here wheelies really good and it has a supercharger on it, so I guess we're going to find out if this one with a turbo on it wheelies just as good. But essentially, obviously, this is going to be your main part, just making sure it's as light as it can be and has the most power and grip and durability, so along with a turbo or a supercharger. Or a blower, in other words. So once it's fully upgraded, go on down here into customize. You'll get the best grip. And once you go to rear tires and you select your street tires, you're going to get the best grip. The fronts can stay whatever you want them to be. Going in here into tuning, go ahead and max out your suspension. That's the main part. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you need to max out your... I know you need to, like, if you're trying to save as much money as you can, you don't need to max out the fronts at all. But you can max out the rears just for a little bit better grip and a little bit more grip, and it'll grab if you go to like 1.8. So once your tire's like that wide in the rear, and once your, let's see here, axis width just a little bit wider. No, that's in the front. Oh. In the rear, once it's a little bit wider, okay, 0.05 isn't bad. You're going to go here in the front, do travel all the way up, stiffness all the way up, and damping all the way up. Pretty much just max out everything, and repeat in the rear as well. It's like this here, and for damping all the way up, and your quad should look something like this. Now obviously it's gonna wheelie, but it's gonna look stupid. So axis width in the front, and I guess you're just gonna have a really tall sitting quad. It's also gonna be really wide, and I mean for the rear, and let's travel. I can go here and I can also widen out the back just about as wide as the fronts are too. So now our quad is set up to wheelie. It can wheelie really well, and there's nothing else to question about it. So simply, the simple way to put it, the simple tune to make any quad wheelie is maxed out damping, maxed out travel, and maxed out stiffness. Simple as that. But there are a couple different minor things you could do, from gear tuning to make sure you can go through the gears while you're wheeling, make your wheelies last a little bit longer, and also to go up in a wheelie quicker and easier, you can also swap out your rear tires. But that's all extra money, and you don't necessarily need to do that. Now also, another thing, your wheelies will be longer if you go down here into upgrades, go into gearbox, spend 10 grand, I know it's a little bit, or kind of a lot, I mean, and you're going to make your quad a manual transmission. When it's a manual and you can physically choose what gear you want to be in, you could ride a wheelie all day in first with a tune just like this. if it's an automatic and you wheelie for just a couple of feet, then it'll drop back down as soon as it automatically hits second. So you can stay in a wheelie for a long time in first, or you can choose in second if your quad is geared and tuned correctly. But this is the exact tune. Now allow me to show you. Single player stunt park. Let's sign into stunt park and I'll show you guys. So here we are. Quad's just set up as is, as I did show you guys. Currently just in first gear. Don't have to rev it up in neutral or anything. Just hit the gas and you'll be wheeling just like this. As guys can see, just wheeling away. For one of the best wheelies I've seen, go ahead and rev up in neutral for a minute and dump the clutch right into first, and you can wheelie all day. Now this quad, and you can also hit stoppies as well with this thing. It's a pretty cool little trick quad. But anyways, let's find a straightaway here. Why not right here? Okay. So if you're right here, you can come to a complete stop. Just hit the gas and you'll go up. And you can wheelie for a pretty long time. All around makes for a lot of fun. As you guys can see, we're just wheeling on by. We're going to flip over our quad, but that's okay. We can go right back up in a wheelie, just like nothing happened. Hit a little stoppie, smack into that ramp. This quad's kind of hard to handle, but then again, it is a lot of fun. Now a lot of guys may be wondering, with this quad, can you wheelie out of second gear? Yes, only if you gear it correctly, because as you guys can see, second I go into second gear, I'm already out of the wheelie. So that's it for how you wheelie your quad. Just remember, whenever you want to think, or whenever you buy a quad and you want to think, how do I want to make this wheelie, or how can I make this wheelie? All you have to think about, maxed out stiffness, travel, and damping, and it will wheelie, if you do it in the front and rear as well. Cannot forget that. So, with that, that is it for today's video on how to wheelie a quad. And I don't know, maybe later I'll show you a video on how to stop your quad. There's a specific tune you can make to where your quad can go up. I'll just call it a trick quad. So you guys can look out for that video later. I'll make a video showing how to make it the ultimate trick quad, because this quad here, actually, I do have it geared correctly to the point where it can wheelie, it can stop you perfectly, and I can also drive it on two wheels as well. If I turn a certain way, I can get this thing up on two wheels and just drive in a perfect straight line. And so yeah, this is the quad I will keep as my demonstration trick quad, to show you guys how to wheelie, stoppie, and do two wheels using this quad. But for this quad, this is your standard, normal, just for wheelies quad. Yeah, that's it for this video. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy this video or find it helpful in any way, shape, or form. Subscribe if you're new and you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications to never miss a new daily video from me. And with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to have an amazing rest, guys, day or night. And with that, I'll catch you guys very, very soon in the next one.